Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Friday, April the 26th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Have any questions for me? You can use this email address. This is a link to get into the free room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen. Get live in the mic at about 9:05. I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. In this email, and I think I forgot to do it yesterday, but in this email, you'll see a promo code, but you'll also see the link for the test drive that starts on May the 6th. The test drive, basically we have this 4 times a year, gives you the opportunity to try our full product out, our premium service for 5 trading days. That'll start on May the 6th. That's a Monday, so it'll run to Friday. And that'll cost you $8.99. So if you can afford $8.99, you can try our entire package out. All right, well, let me get to the action today. So again, I said it in the room, I don't overtrade. And today is another good example. I just don't overtrade. Mattel, I'm still in this one. Mattel had earnings today. It popped up, you can see right here, had earnings released earnings after hours, and looked pretty good, but it was kind of whipping around. And then I noticed this later on. And so I thought, you know what, this is pretty interesting. A bit of consolidation on the 15-minute chart. So I decided to take the short. I waited for it to break under 13. I got in here, actually right here at 1290. I would have, maybe liked to get a little bit earlier, but I wanted to see it break out, break off that whole number, not kind of fool around at that number and see if it could really get away from it. So that's why I tend to wait for a bigger break off the whole number. So anyway, I shorted that at 1290 and I have covered some at 1268 down here and 1275. Still have some. Want to see if it can continue to move down, towards the end of the day. Say right now it's only about 113, so a little bit of time left in the market, but the market is starting to really slow down. You look at the SPY right here, sort of an interesting, almost a replica of yesterday. That especially on that candle, when if you discount that bottoming tail, there was a big red candle before the buyers took over a little bit, and then another red candle. The buyers took over a little bit. If you remember yesterday, we had about 2 large red candles down, and then we had a nice rally. So we've sort of had a rally, but not sustained. Yesterday, I think we had an hour and a half of green candles on the 15. So we had a little bit here, and now it's just kind of basing, but now it looks like it might give up this little consolidation area. That can help some of the shorts, that I'm in right now. The other one that I'm in is NR. This is modest, another earnings play. And I'm in this one at 769. This is another earnings play. I got in this one just about right here on a short. And I have covered some at what did I cover at 759, right? And it did pop back up, but I'm still in this one. So I want to see if it can break down through 750. There is no support. This is, if I look at it on the weekly chart, I shouldn't say that. There is support, but it's way down here. That's right. So, when I look at these charts, the first thing I'm looking at is a weekly chart. I want to see if there's a big gap underneath. And this is also confirmed on the daily chart. It's confirmed on the daily chart also. So the bottom line is that, not just because I see something like this doesn't mean I'm just going to hop in and short it. But when I do see big voids and big gaps underneath, if I'm going to short, or of course on top, if I'm going to go long, then that really gets my interest because, who's going to step in and buy this right now? It's an earnings play. It's been moving down and there's a big gap underneath. So, that's why I took that trade. And so far, so good. And again, it's modest, but if it takes out 750 and moves into the 740, 730s, this will be a nice percentage win for me. The other one that I looked at was Ford. And it's funny, I was saying in the pre-market, Ford had earnings today, and actually had earnings after hours yesterday. Never mind these bottoming tails. I don't know really what's going on there, but but the reaction originally was good to earnings, and I saw this in the pre-market. Now I got into this twice. What did I get in at? 10.28 originally. I think I waited for the break. Yeah, the break of the high right there, and it took a 3-cent loss. It moved down, and then I got in again at 10.31. And it was just chopping around too much, and I got out at 10.38. The only reason I did this is, first of all, I mean, this has 3.9 billion shares in the float. I typically do not trade those. And the reason I did it is because I remember last time it had earnings, and just because it did it last time does not mean it's going to do it this time. But I kind of dismissed it last time it had earnings because of the float. And I remember that it just crept up all day long, 50, 60, 70 cents. Give it up towards the end of the day. But it was a nice trade. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try it. Put a fairly tight stops on everything and just see. Because I didn't want to, at the end of the day, have this thing up at 10.80 and say, man, I should have done it again. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Say it's 1:17, just kind of winding down on a Friday afternoon. So if you have any questions for me, you can use this email address. This again is the address to get in, or link to get into the trading room. Again, the link in here for the test drive, which starts May the 6th. And also, if you're a standard subscriber and you'd like to try our premium service out, you can do the same thing during the test drive, okay? You'll have access to our premium service for those 5 trading days. You don't have to worry about your layouts or anything like that. Everything remains the same. So let me bring back the capture program. And so I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you in the trading room 9 o'clock Monday morning. Bye-bye.